What's up, gang? How's it going? I'm just going to take you through what I'm doing for dinner now tonight. This is my Caribbean chicken. It's one of my own recipes and one that I'm particularly fond of as well. Basically, it's chicken, breaded chicken, but the bread is made of oats, desiccated coconut, and sesame seeds. So it's pretty delicious. You just fry it quickly on the pan, and you're pretty much good to go. It really goes really well with any sort of side of greens, spinach, etc. So what I've got here is my dry mix behind me in the blender. I did have it in a cup, but I made a bit of a mistake earlier on by not chopping up my jalapenos. So basically what we have here is we have a quarter cup of oats, a half cup of desiccated coconut, and a quarter cup of sesame seeds. In there as well is 2 tablespoons of ginger, and we've also got a jalapeno, basically a chili of choice. So whatever chili you like, stick it in with this and you're good to go. I do everything in one go in my measuring cup, okay? So I have my cups right here. So all I do is I fill to that quarter, fill another half, fill another quarter, and then put the rest on top. Dump it all into the blender and good to go. So it's quite a quick way to do this. So I'm just going to blend this up really, really quickly. Because it's totally a dry mix, I just have to move it around once or twice just to make sure I get the bigger bits out of here. Oh, okay. So that is my dry mix done. Now I'm going to add my dry mix to one last thing, which is 2 tablespoons of Jamaican jerk spices, okay? The reason I didn't put that in at the start was just because I thought because the jalapeno might have been a little bit damp, it might cause a lot of stickage. So I'm going to throw this all in together. There we go. Yeah, you can see the jalapenos down the bottom have sort of made things a little bit moist, which for a dry mix is not ideal, but there we go. Okay, so that is my dry mix pretty much done. Now, this dry mix is designed to work for about 4 full-size chicken fillets. Now, bear in mind, you're going to be filleting these chicken fillets, okay? Which means that 4 chicken fillets is actually 8, okay? Cut lengthwise. This is what the dry mix looks like right now, alright? Absolutely gorgeous. I was going to mix it around by hand a little bit just to get the Jamaican spices in there as well. And we should be good to go. Now, I'm not going to be obviously making 4 of these in one go, so I'm going to make this mix. I'm going to cover it with some cling film after I've finished doing my little meal here. Stick it in the fridge, and I can use this mix again over the next couple of days, up to probably a week. I'd say would be, I wouldn't have any problem with someone using this up to a week. Just be aware with the jalapeno. If it's fresh, you should be good to go. But if you're using a jalapeno like I am, and it's kind of coming close to its best by date, then maybe a couple of less days would be ideal. Okay, so we have our dry mix here, totally done. Now our wet mix is extremely simple. It is 1 egg to 2 eggs for the whole lot if I was using it. But because I'm only cooking 1 or 2 here, I'm just going to use 1 egg with a little drip of olive oil. Okay, just thrown into a bowl. All right, so that is going to be our wet mix. And I've got my chicken fillets filleted right here, 1 and 2. I'm going to make 2 here today. Now I'm going to move this over here. Okay, and we'll continue on from there. Right, so now that I've got that pretty much sorted, I've got my pan, spices have been done. In terms of my pan, I'm going to do this on a pretty low. It's a low to a medium heat, okay, nothing crazy. These will cook very fast because they're so thin, okay, because I've cut the chicken so skinny. All I need is a little bit of coconut oil. Again, be aware of the calories in your coconut oil. There's no need for me to go crazy with the amount of coconut oil here, and that's part of the reason I'm using a very small pan. I could have used something this size, but then I would have needed more coconut oil to go around. So here I can get away with what's probably going to be a ½ teaspoon, I'd say, of coconut oil in around that. I should really use a teaspoon for this. I just know, done this for so long, I can pretty much tell by looking at it how big it is. So now I'm going to set up our little conveyor belt here, okay? And this last section is only going to take us about 3 minutes. This is how quick this meal can be. So my last little bit of work here is I'm going to bring the chicken over right here. And all I'm going to do is make my little conveyor belt. So I'm going to go chicken into the wet, into the dry, onto the pan. As simple as that. Let's try and coat this pan fully. That's a little tip as well. Make sure that your pan is fully coated. This will stick to the pan if you don't have the oil underneath, okay? So get a good coating on the pan. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of hassle in the future. You see, I'm actually struggling to coat the whole pan. I'm really having to give it some time, and that's a good thing because it means that I've got just the right amount of oil on the pan. If the pan was swimming in oil, my calories for this meal would be much, much higher, and I'd be overdoing it. So, simple as this. Fillet in our mix. Into the wet. From there, I don't want it to be absolutely dripping. Oop, someone's calling me. Bring them back. From there into the dry, I'll just pat it down. Lovely. Make sure you get a good covering here with the dry mix. And then from the dry mix, looking good, we go right into the pan. You can see, you can hardly hear that sizzle. That's the correct heat. I'm not trying to go crazy with this and burn my face off. I just want a little bit of heat on this. Now, same thing goes then with my second one. Get a good mix, throw a bit on top, smush it around, pat it down. Second one's on, okay? Because I feel that these are only going to take probably, I don't know, a minute and a half on either side, if even. Alright, you want the low heat as well so you're not browning the breadcrumbs on the outside, or by browning, sorry, I mean burning. I don't want to burn the breadcrumbs on the outside, obviously for taste. Alright, but this will only take about a minute and a half either side. Once they come off the pan, they're good to go. If you're a bit worried about your own pan, maybe the heat isn't the same, give it a little bit longer. I've just used this one quite a bit, okay? So, that is the Caribbean chicken. Alright, pretty handy recipe to put together. Calorie-wise, each fillet, if it's a 100-gram fillet, then that fillet is going to be about 160 calories. You know, the dippage of what you're doing with the eggs and the olive oil and then the mix, I'd say probably just add another 150 calories per fillet at least. Maybe bring it up to another 200 calories. So I'd say each fillet here, I would call it, what, 300 calories for everything that's on that pan right now. Alright? To me, that's a 300 calorie meal. So I'll add some green veg to it. That'll bring it up another 30 calories or something ridiculous. And I'm pretty much good to go. It's a 330 calorie meal. That's quite small for me. I could definitely have something on the side of this. Some sort of carbohydrate source like rice or a little bit of pasta or something like that. But today I'm not going to. And for most of you who are a little bit lighter than me, if you're trying to lose weight, then a 330 calorie meal is pretty much right in your ballpark. Alright? So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any more meals you want me to cover, let me know. I'll try and add them in as I'm working my way through these next couple of weeks. Alright? Best of luck, guys. Stay with it.